Now these are the cars for those who want to go all out, those who don't mind spending a little extra for added performance, luxury and flair. These are the sports cars and supercars that will be launched in India in 2018. The Audi TT RS. The third generation Audi TT is fantastic to drive, looks sporty and comes with a suave and superbly finished cabin. Now however, Audi is going to bring a sportier version with a 400 horsepower 2.5 litre 5-cylinder turbo petrol engine that will do 0 to 100 in just 3.7 seconds. Thanks of course to a lightning fast gearbox and quattro all-wheel drive, making this the fastest TT ever. What's more, it looks a lot meaner now. The Audi RS5. When Audi introduced its A5 Brat-Pack model range to India, it did so in the convertible and sportback body styles. And we couldn't help but notice there was no coupe version. Turns out they were saving the best for last, as it will be launched soon in the high-performance RS5 guys. With a Porsche-developed 450 horsepower 600 Nm twin-turbo V6 and quattro all-wheel drive, it will rocket to 100 kph in just 3.9 seconds. Plus, it looks seriously, properly aggressive this time. This two-door German coupe is the perfect car to take on the BMW M4. The Bentley Continental GT. In its latest avatar, the Continental GT promises grand touring wrapped in a cocoon of luxury like never before. The third generation model uses the Porsche-developed MSB platform, which is lighter by 85 kg and also used in the new Panamera. There's also the 48-volt electric active anti-roll system from the Bentayga, offering even more agility. Bentley's 6-litre twin-turbo W12 petrol is capable of propelling the Continental GT from 0 to 100 kph in 3.7 seconds, with a top speed of 333 kph. The BMW Z4. BMW's two-seat convertible sports car, the Z4, is all set to be replaced by an all-new next-generation model this year. Based on the company's latest CLAR architecture, it's now lighter than its predecessor. The styling displays all of the classic BMW roadster cues: a long bonnet, short overhangs, and aggressive lines. But unlike the previous Z4, this one will use a soft top rather than a folding metal roof. It will of course feature a front-engine rear-wheel drive layout, and the main engine will be a 3-litre turbocharged straight 6. However, the Indian car could get a 258 horsepower 2-litre turbo 4, which, thanks to tax benefits, could give it a killer starting price. The Ferrari 812 Superfast. Ferrari's latest V12 GT, the 812 Superfast, has quite simply annihilated the benchmarks set by its predecessor, the F12. Powering the 812 is a 6.5-litre naturally aspirated V12 generating 800 horsepower, which, along with F1-inspired techno wizardry, delivers an astonishing amount of performance. 100 comes up in under 3 seconds, while 200 takes a mere 7.9 seconds, all without four-wheel drive or turbochargers. With emissions norms getting tighter by the day, this could be the last ever pure 12-cylinder motor, with no electric or forced induction assistance that we see from Ferrari. The Ferrari Portofino. The replacement for the California Teal, Ferrari's latest entry-level model, gets an all-new chassis that is lighter than before. The Portofino hardtop convertible has 488 GTB-like headlamps and a large radiator grille that looks aggressive. Its 3.9-litre twin-turbocharged V8 that generates 600 horsepower is able to get it from 0 to 100 in 3.5 seconds with a top speed of 320 kph. Hardly what you'd call entry-level, don't you think? The Ford Mustang facelift. The Mustang may only have been introduced to our market in 2016, but it's already getting its midlife facelift. Nips and tucks on the exterior mean a sharper nose and a more aggressive rear, but the bigger changes are under the skin. The suspension has been tweaked, and overseas, the 5-litre naturally aspirated V8 has now been wound up to 450 horsepower. Additionally, there's a brand new 10-speed automatic to help put the power down smoothly and efficiently. And there's also all digital dials. But really, the Mustang has always been about looking, feeling, and sounding dramatic, and the facelift does that perfectly. The Porsche Panamera Sport Turismo. In its efforts to cater to a wider variety of customers, Porsche has introduced a sleek new estate body style to its Panamera lineup, called the Sport Turismo. The basic footprint remains the same as the standard Panamera, but the extended roof liberates 50 litres more boot space, and allows for much better headroom. So it's not a huge leap in practicality over the standard car, but more a niche style statement that Porsche thinks some owners will like. It's expected to be launched here in turbo guise with a 550 horsepower twin-turbo V8.
इसी कभी न रुकने वाले जुनून को रफ्तार देता है सर्वो वर्ल्ड क्लास लुब्रिकेंट्स।